it's Collector Sleuth, and today I'm going to do the Bradford Exchange Halloween Town and Christmas Town, Nightmare Before Christmas, resin cuckoo clocks. Okay, so these are made to look like a cuckoo clock. They actually do not function like a legitimate or a like a German cuckoo clock is meant to function, with the weights actually doing a lot of the work. These are just more decorative than they are an actual functional cuckoo clock. But anyway, here's the Christmas Town one. And you see it has a Christmas Town calendar there. And that can be, this clock does not take, at least I don't think it does, account into keeping up with what current month it is. This is for mostly time based. So December is like 12 o'clock. January is 1 o'clock, February 2 o'clock, March 3 o'clock, and so on. So right now it is 1:10, and that's, I think that's correct. Yep, it's 1:10. So that is correct. So this clock is keeping time. And so we have 0 up here in what would be like where the cuckoo would come out and make its noise on the hour. That is just sculpted that way. There's nothing functional there that actually comes out of those doors. And then here we have Santa Jack here holding a present. And he's up on this lamp post. And we have some elves on the bottom. And then we got the killer duck and the vampire teddy in some stockings here. And they're made to look like weights. They actually don't function in any way. They just hang there. So just for looks only. Then we have Lock, Shock, and Barrel with their bag there. And some more Christmassy housing and trees and things like that. So this one is very Christmassy. They do a pretty good job making that look very Christmassy. And then the pendulum, which I think it will actually go back and forth. We'll hang this on the wall and see if this actually moves. Though it won't function. It doesn't function though like a normal cuckoo clock would. It would just be for decorative purposes only. And this has the snake here. It says Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas on it. And it's just this thin metal, just very thin, lightweight metal here. Anyway, I do have the clock up on this box here. And so I'll hang that on the wall. And I'll connect the pendulum and we'll look at it. But let me go ahead and get the music started. The clock is in the back. Here, let's turn this around real quick so you can see the back of it. And here's some knobs and dials here too, but see on the back, yeah, it says Bradford Exchange, and then all the information on here. And then inside this, you can open this up, and it has the clock mechanism in there, and you can put a AA battery into the clock part. Now there's a battery compartment over here. This is for the lights and the sound. So we'll do that. Push that button and turns it on. And then when I hit this volume button, you'll see the lights come on. And the sound should, or maybe that goes first. There it goes. I'm going to hit the lights real quick. And even the window up here where 0 is at also lights up. So the windows do light up really, really well. And it does play some music from the movie. So anyway, there's that. And then go ahead and turn that back off. It's almost like, it's weird how the push button and the volume kind of work together in a way. It's odd because it seems like I have to turn the volume on and then hit the push button for the lights to come on. I'm not sure how it quite works, but it does light up if you mess with it a little bit. And we got some nice breeze down here. And then you also have this as kind of like an Advent thing where you can like count down the days left till Christmas or Halloween or whichever one you want to do. This being a Christmas clock, you would probably just do Christmas. So I'm going to hang this on the wall real quick. Alright, I have it on the wall. So here it is. And this does move. So that's pretty cool. When I have this displayed in my nightmare room, which is where it'll go back to, I don't have the batteries installed because of the corrosion purposes, and I don't have time to go through all my collectibles and check the batteries, because I have hundreds of collectibles, maybe more than that, that take batteries. And so it would be too overwhelming to check each and every one of those. So if I want to turn something on or look at something, I'll just put the batteries in while I do that. Because like I said, I got snow globes, clocks, and figurines, and everything else that take batteries. Ornaments, you name it. The only thing I actually did leave the batteries in, though, are in the animated plush. I did leave my batteries in those, but everything else, I took the batteries out. So anyway, that's really cool. I mean, that pendulum really swings really well. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you before I go, well, yeah, I think I'll show you a legitimate cuckoo clock that's Nightmare Before Christmas, because it is Christmas themed, before I show you the other Bradford Exchange clock. So let me do that real quick and I'll show you that other clock. Alright guys, here is the other Nightmare Before Christmas Christmastown clock that I have. Now this one was released by the Disney Store back in the early 2000s. My sister bought hers off of there, and I want to say it retailed for, I think, close to $300. I bought mine off a site called Disney Deals, and that was a website. It was an auction style website that kind of like sold like some of the collectibles from Disney Store and some other Disney related companies that they, like Disney Parks merchandise and things like that, that they tried to just get rid of, I guess, or maybe excess stock. So I got mine off of there for around $200. And so this is a legitimate cuckoo clock. It is wood. It has weights that are actually metal that do operate, function. It functions like a cuckoo clock's supposed to. It's got the chains where you can pull the weights up. It's all mechanical. There are no batteries or anything like that this runs on. And this door will open and a black crow will pop out at the top of the hour, just like a cuckoo clock would. And now these finer detailings, like the Santa Jack and the wreath and the little elf here and all those pieces, those are resin, but the clock itself is wood. So that's really, really cool. And this is one of my favorite collectibles. I love this clock. I think it's really neat. And then you can see it's actually made like a cuckoo clock. And it's got a little dormer on that side, and on this side it's got a chimney. So it's pretty simple in design. There's not a whole lot going on with it, but it just, sometimes less is more. And this is just like, I love this clock. It's one of my favorite collectibles, like I said, in my collection. This is one of my favorite pieces. So anyway, let's go ahead and see what this guy can do. So I'm going to kind of force this along here. Oh wait, I gotta start it. So anyway, to start this clock, I don't run my clocks. Well, the other ones run on batteries and I just don't want to deal with corrosion. But this one, you'd have to come down and pull, I'm in the basement, the collection's in the basement. I'd have to come down here every day, remember to do it, and pull these weights up, because they will go all the way down to the floor. And so, which will stop the clock if they go all the way down. And so you have to pull up with the chains, pull your weights up, like so. So anyway, to start the clock, you just simply start the pendulum. Anyway, if your clock is too fast or if it's too slow, that green disc there, you can move it up or down depending on whether or not you need to slow it or make it faster. And there is I think there's a word for that green disc there, what that is called. If anybody knows the proper term for that, leave it in the comments. I don't remember what that piece is called, but there is, I'm pretty sure there's a word for that piece that helps your clock keep proper time. So anyway, I'm going to force this along since it's already at the top of this hour, though it's not really 4 o'clock because I don't run my clocks. Anyway, at the half hour, it'll pop out too. And there's a little black crow up there. It'd be cool if it were 0, but it's a black crow. So I'm going to go along to the hour here, and it's going to pop out. So So anyway, he does, like, it says 5 o'clock. He did it 5 times. So it does operate like an actual cuckoo clock would. And these little hands, or their little Christmas hats, that's so cute, are wood. So this is really, really cool. Really cool piece. Alright, and then I'm going to show you one other cuckoo clock I have that I forgot I had. I didn't forget I had it, but I forgot to mention it. Is this plastic. Yeah, he's next to Big Jack here. I know some of you guys were asking about him. I'll get to him. I'll get to him eventually. I'm still cleaning this room up. So anyway, here is the plastic clock, cuckoo clock. And this one I'm pretty sure does run on batteries. And it does have a pendulum that will go back and forth. But for, I think, pretty much for decorative purposes only. And there's a Jack there and 0 over here. So it's pretty cool. But it is all plastic. It's all plastic. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to show you the Halloween Town Bradford Exchange clock. And let me get that set up. Alright guys, I got it in here. So we'll just take a look at it. At the top you can see that there's a, looks like the gate from, the top of the gate from the cemetery. And that looks like Jack's Tower. And then the clock in the middle is just this neat looking clock. I'm surprised they didn't make that look like the one from the Halloween Town clock. It doesn't quite look like that. But the center of the clock does look like the town meeting hall. And then you got a little piece sticking out of the side there. And you got some ghosts, the black cat, jack-o'-lanterns. We got lock right here. The pendulum does swing. And we have shock and barrel as the faux weights. And then over here we have some ghosts. And I did break his hand off right here on accident by messing with this light switch. It's really a bad design. If you were to come in here to turn this on and off, his arm is like right there. And it's a very thin resin. So very easy to snap off. And I was actually was mindful of that and tried not to break it. And yet I still managed to break it. Just every time I move something, I break something. It just seems the way it is. But anyway, this Sally I think is a little purple. They made her coloring, I think they got her a little too purple. And then Jack, they colored his neck gray. I'm not sure why they did that. I'm tempted just to go ahead and paint that white. Probably will just go ahead and paint that white since I've already broken a piece off anyway. So don't mind altering it a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to get the sound turned on. And the sound comes on at the top of the hour. And there's 2 different settings on this switch. I think one of them you can do just the lights, and then the other one does sound and lights. And I have it on number 1. So I think that's both sound and lights. So let's go ahead and force it to the top of the hour. Let's go around here. And that 0 should pop out of there. So that's pretty cool. Okay, there it goes. And the lights came on. So that's pretty neat. That lights up and sings at the top of the hour, and this little 0 comes out. So that's pretty cool. In that regard, it's a little more sophisticated than the Christmas Town clock, which didn't have anything that came out. It was already just open with a molded 0 on there. I don't know. I didn't really mess with it. As far as when the sound and the lights come on Christmas Town, if it also does that at the top of the hour. I know I could get the sound working, the lights working without it being at the top of the hour at all. So I don't know. I mean, we didn't really look at that. So this one, yeah, the lights, one switch button will keep the lights on, just the lights on, and the other button, which is where it's set now, the lights and the sound come on only at the top of the hour. You can't get it to do it any other time. So anyway, there it is. Very cool clock. And that's going to conclude this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And keep checking back for more content.